Ladies and gentlemen, today, here and now, I'm gonna make you guys all rich. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. But all jokes aside, for real. Today, I'm experimenting with a new video segment where I talk about a company that I believe has the potential for doubling in stock price over the next 5 years. On this channel, if you guys don't already know, we specialize in long-term investments that we buy and hold for 5, 10, 15 years or more out. These are investments, these are companies that I want to hold and be a part of and grow with their balance sheets. And these are just companies that I want to propel me into the future. I'm not a short-term trader. I'm not any other kind of daytime trader. So on this channel, we definitely specialize in long-term investments, and I always like to tell people, please always do your own research. On this channel, I do as much research as I possibly can, but I work a full-time job on top of trying to put these videos out for you guys, so there's only so much research I can do, even though I do like to pride myself on the meticulousness in which I do like to go over their balance sheets. However, please always do your own research. I am talking about a new video segment here where I'm going to be talking about a company I think has the potential to double. We're not talking about a company that's just going to go up, 10% here. I mean, I'm putting it on the line here, and I'm putting a lot of faith into these companies that I bring to the table. I'm not going to be putting out this segment, every other day. Because to be honest, there's probably not a whole lot of companies that are just going to straight double up like that. So I'll try and find as many as I can. In this very first video, the stock that I think we're going to go with is a very strong one, which is why I'm pretty confident in this one. And it's going to be Facebook. Ticker symbol FB. That's the one that we're going to be getting into here. I personally do not own any stock in Facebook. However, I do intend to invest here very shortly, so I have stockpiled, if you guys have watched my other videos, some money on the sidelines because I am anticipating another drawback in this market. So with that being said, I am going to be investing into Facebook, and without further ado, I'd like to just get into this and see if I can compel you guys to see things through my lens. So again, this is completely personal, biased. This is pretty much anecdotal evidence for all you guys. However, take it as you will, and please support me, support my dreams. Click that like, click that subscribe button, give me that thumbs up, show me some love, and like always, give me some comments. If you guys have any questions at the end, I'll always go over everything with you guys. So without further ado, please, let's get into this. Okay, alright. So without further ado, we're going to get into section number 1, which I'm just going to label platforms and the Robinhood breakdown, because you guys know how I love to start with Robinhood, and I love to start with their max, which is their 5-year breakdown, their layout, which just allows us to see where the stock is in comparison to the last 5 years, to see kind of from a technical standpoint, where do we stand in comparison to price, in relation to time, obviously. But as you can see right now, just like everything else, this stock has taken a dip, just like the economy has taken a dip. Except Facebook, weirdly enough, it's an online thing, so you'd think that it wouldn't be affected by the economy, but we'll get into this. A lot of how Facebook makes their money is through ads, so they are affected by this economy, just like everyone else, because ad revenue is slowed down, just like everything else. So we have seen retraction in the stock, so we are getting it at a pretty good price, at $179. This is actually a fairly good price. If this drops down even more, I mean, it's just going to be an absolute home run in the fact of just straight out buying it and getting how much bang for your buck. It's going to be tremendous. So from just an overall technical standpoint, even right here, right now, these technical levels are not bad. So taking that, we're going to go straight into their platforms, which we're going to go and get that straight from their website. So going straight off Facebook's own website, the Facebook product line is kind of extensive. It consists of Facebook itself, obviously, Instant Messenger, Instagram, Bonfire, Sparks AR, which is their AR product line, and also their not their product line, but that's like their development and their research into VR, because they do own Oculus, which is their VR product line. And then from there it just goes on into a whole bunch of different platforms that they own, because at this point Facebook itself has evolved far beyond just a website or an app. This is now a company that has taken the reins in VR. They're starting to dabble and expand their business, and you guys are going to see their balance sheet is just unbelievable. It's beautiful. So starting with Facebook, it itself is massive at 2.37 billion current active users. If we switch over here, you guys can see that number for yourself. I mean, it's incredible how many active users. That's almost a third of the entire world's population. I mean, it's just to think of something like that is incredible. And to think that one company has that much attention is unbelievable. So the second biggest platform that they have going for them is going to be Instagram. Okay, and they acquired that in 2012 for $1 billion, and that bad boy is sitting at 1 billion current active users. And if we switch over to that, you'll guys see some other facts, which is just unbelievably mind-blowing. So 60% of their users actively log in daily. Okay, that makes it the second most engaged platform, if you guys are reading, which is only behind Facebook itself. So that means Facebook itself is not only the top, but it owns Instagram, which is the second. Both of them have active users that actively log in on a daily basis. That is an unbelievable metric right there. And that just goes to show the power that Facebook has. Because like I said earlier, it's evolved far beyond just a website. This is now how businesses and small businesses, YouTubers, everybody, this is how people now advertise. They have remolded and reshaped the way people advertise their products, and everything that they have is through their advertisements. Their income, their biggest income stream is through their advertisements. So their platforms are strong. And I don't want you guys thinking that Facebook is just a website, that it's just a social networking thing. It isn't that at all. It's far, 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 far more than that. So going into the section number 2, I think you guys are going to be highly impressed with the financials that I was able to dig up. We're not going to go into the 10K because I can see how that can get boring, but I will go into some graphs and I will throw in the 10K facts there. So let's get into section number 2, which is going to be basically surrounding their financials and how they run their business. And hopefully you guys can see just how this stock right now, trading at $176, $179, has the potential to double in the next 5 years. So let's get right into that one, because that's actually the most exciting thing for me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so jumping into section number 2, which is going to be focusing a lot on the financials and a lot on how they run their business, because obviously this is the most crucial factor into why I think their stock price is going to double in the next 5 years. So starting with Facebook's global revenue as of the fourth quarter of 2019, you guys can see the growth that this company has had just dating back to 2011. So the growth in revenue is consistently increasing. And I told you guys we're not going to go actually through the 10K report, but I will show you guys or tell you guys some 10K numbers. And their market cap is $511 billion, okay? Now I want you guys to factor this into. I want you guys to understand this. Facebook, one of the biggest reasons why I think this stock price is going to double in the next 5 years is because they have one of the top balance sheets in the entire world. Okay, these guys are no joke. Let's just talk about their cash. Just their cash. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, they are sitting on $19 billion on cash in cash equivalents, okay? That's up from $10 billion just last year, okay? So this is a company that is stockpiling cash, and that's not even all the cash they actually currently have. They have in total, with their cash and investments and debt that's owed to them that they are going to be collecting within a year, with all of that included, they are sitting on $64.3 billion. This company is not playing around. That is Warren Buffett type money. That is Apple type money. I mean, this is huge. And their market cap's only at $511 billion. They have enough cash on hand to run their business for a very long time, ladies and gentlemen. This is a company that knows how to run a balance sheet. And because of that, it makes me even more confident in why I think in the next 5 years they're going to double, okay? The next thing that we're going to look at right now is their Facebook users worldwide and the growth that they've had since 2008. Actually, this one's even better. As you can see, just a straight line up. Their active users is consistently going up. Now, they're already at $2.3 billion, or not dollars, but people, users. How much more growth can they actually see in that? I don't know. I mean, that's almost a third of the entire world's population. So, I mean, we'll see. However, they are still playing with almost a third of the world's population, which is a massive, massive, massive number, okay? Their total assets that they sit on is $133 billion, okay? And their total liabilities is only $32.3 billion, okay? I want those numbers to sink in because that is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Their total assets is $133.3 billion. Their liabilities, only $32.3 billion. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So the next thing that we're going to go is their ad revenue. And this is probably one of their most key metrics because this is how they produce so much growth. Okay. And as you can see, it doesn't just increase, it increases quite drastically. So they're constantly pumping in the ads. They're constantly increasing that cost. They're constantly getting more people to people are starting, not starting, but people are, they have understood the power that Facebook has in the marketing industry. They understand how it can grow their business exponentially, and it yields the best bang for their buck when it comes to marketing. Okay, so they conquer marketing in the world right now. They are monsters when it comes to that. Okay, Facebook is producing money on top of money. And the reason why their stock hasn't just absolutely exploded is because they have been dealing with a lot of negativity in the markets around lawsuits, around regulations with the government, political scandals. I mean, you name it, and Facebook has probably been a part of it, okay? I know you guys have heard the stories. We just had the most recent one, which was the Trump one, and there was, I mean, God knows how many more. However, it does not take away from their business model, okay? That's all short-term publicity, negative publicity that's going to go away, but it does impact the stock itself. But the numbers speak for themselves. The growth speaks for themselves. So once all of this levels out, blows over, and they start actually operating smoothly without all these negative headlines, the tailwind that they have just from their financials and their balance sheet alone is going to, I mean, the sky's the limit with this stock. It really, really is. $511 billion. I think this is a $1 trillion company. I do believe that this is a $1 trillion company. They own the marketing sector of basically everything. So not only that, but they're getting into to VR, actually. Man, I almost forgot about that one. This is my favorite one. I'm a big gamer, baby. VR. I mean, the Oculus, it looks beautiful. It feels beautiful. It's just beautiful, honestly. The VR play that they have is going to be, I think, one of their next biggest driving forces in revenue streams, because VR, I believe, is going to be it's basically going to be the only future for gaming. I mean, how much more can we advance with graphics before we just put ourselves in the game? You know what I mean? So we're already there. It's just the technology is going to have to advance a lot more. And Facebook is a huge player in the VR space. So it's very exciting because that hasn't even fully bloomed. I mean, no one's VR thesis has come to fruition right now. So the fact that we can get into something like that on the early stages, and from a company like Facebook that owns other platforms, it's actually quite phenomenal. So this company is turning into a semi-conglomerate. I'm going to call it now. They eventually probably will be. But this is just a company where, I mean, they run a balance sheet the right way. Their liabilities are almost nil. Their cash is just on par with the best of them, which puts them in a position to buy out competition. So they have a huge economic moat. It allows them to, if they don't and if they can't buy out the competition, then they can at least put whatever makes the competition special into their platforms, because they have the employees, they have the talent, they have the money, they have the capabilities, they have the research, and they just got it all. They are in position to take advantage of just about anything that comes into play. And 5G coming in, I know people aren't saying that Facebook's going to be no one's really considering them to be a 5G player. They're going to be a 5G player. I'm telling you right now, they're going to find a way. 5G is going to impact everybody. So to know how it's going to impact Facebook only makes things even more exciting. I mean, we don't even know how 5G is going to impact Facebook. So, I mean, the sky really, really, really is the limit for this one. So I think that's enough blabbing on about the financials and my opinion on them and where I think the company is going. So I think we're just going to wrap this up with section number 3, which is just going to be basically the risks involved with this, and just a little disclaimer, I guess. So without further ado, let's get into that one, huh? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to leave you guys with a little bit of a disclaimer / kind of like a risk analysis type situation, because this is one of those features where I am talking about a stock that has the potential to 2 times your money. And so I know a lot of people are thinking, oh my God, I'm going to start investing everything I have into this. Well, let's just hold the horses now, because what I want you guys to understand is, just like at any investment, there's always risk involved. So Facebook is facing a lot of negativity, which is just rightly so. I mean, they're involved in a lot of different political scandals, and certain situations and government regulations might be one of those things that comes down the pipeline. We don't know exactly what's going to come out of all this. All we know is that Facebook is paying exorbitant amount of fees to handle all these situations, all of these security breaches and these risk factors that they have to take into consideration. They invest a lot of their money into security. So that does hurt their bottom line at the end of the day, and we don't know how far the government's going to go with any of this stuff. So that is always a variable, and it's an unknown, which makes it probably one of the scariest. However, with that being said, I think Facebook's doing everything they can to try and make what they have as safe as possible, and I think they're just trying to get back on track. I think the narrative on Facebook is going to change. And I honestly think that this stock will 2 times its money. I am currently not invested in Facebook. However, I am going to be investing in Facebook at some point in time. Maybe at these levels, maybe when the market retracts a little bit, because like I said, I do think the market is due for another pullback. So whether it's now or not, sooner rather than later, I should say, Facebook is something I'm going to be dropping my money into. With that being said, for all new time investors, I really, really think that you guys should definitely not put all your money into one stock. Do your research and diversify. Don't just drop 100% of your cash or anything else like that into just one stock, okay? You want to really ration that out. And before you do that, you really want to do your own research once again. So I really wanted to leave you guys with that, so you guys don't just think that this is a home run because some random voice on YouTube told me so, right? So just know that with anything, there are risks. This is not a guarantee. This is just a prediction. And it's my prediction based on what I'm able to find on their 10Ks and what they're willing to give us on the internet. So with that being said, I hope you guys got something from this, and drop a comment. If you guys think that there's a stock out there that might 2x, I'll look into it, and if it has the potential, I'll probably make a video on it. If you guys think I'm dead wrong on this, please let me know, and don't just be a weirdo about it. You know, state some facts as to why you think I'm wrong. But other than that, hey, please show some support. Click that like, subscribe button for me. Little bell notification thing, so that way when I send out a video, it makes that ding sound for you guys. And like always, please, please, please stay safe out there, guys. Invest for the long term. Always, always look for growth, not only in your pocketbooks, but in your mind. Okay? So with that being said, I hope you guys have the best one, huh?